Hello there, people, and welcome to another
Hello.
fine episode of Who's That Anime?
That's right.
Uh,
Bringing you more anime goodies.
well, bringing you more.
More anime.
Just, bring,
Bringing you more anime,
just
I
more.
guess.
Just more.
Yeah, it's definitely more. We finally did it. We have reached the end of Ghost Stories. So today, we're going to talk about the last 4 episodes and round out our season 2 of Who's That Anime. It's been a wild ride.
Yeah, it has. Racist jokes and underage sex.
Yeah, these last 4 episodes seem to very much just focus on cock.
I
That's
know.
kind of the
The,
running theme.
no, the last two episodes was more
You sure?
sex orientated,
Was it
and then
just the last two?
and then two before that is they went full hog in the racism. To be
They
honest.
did. I seem to remember a lot of dick talk in episode 17, but we can get into that.
Yeah, because that's the episode we're about to talk about.
Yep, and this one is called Terror at Bloodstain Lake: Apparition in the Snow.
So one thing I will note in this whole anime season, uh, they didn't do a beach episode. They didn't go to a beach.
That's fair. Yeah.
Uh, this is almost like a hot spring, only it's more of a ski resort episode.
Yes.
Which
It's well, interestingly, it's the only episode that's ever out with the confines of their hometown.
that is true. It is basically the only episode they actually not in the hometown from the entire episode.
Yeah, not in their hometown. No old schoolhouse. No Amanajaku. No dad in his Sunday best. Like just weird, and yet still ghost.
Yeah, yeah. So
Still ghost.
so the premise of this one is that there's a ghost haunting this ski resort, and they
Yes.
kind of got like a cheap holiday to visit her aunt and cousins
Mm-hmm.
up in the ski resort.
Yes.
Whether or not that's what the actual original anime script was, it certainly changed it.
Yeah. Yeah, because they. So the start of this one is just like basically the form of a ghost, a woman ghost in the snow,
Yeah. She-
and then them traveling in the bus. Oh well, sorry, traveling in the train. I think to start with.
yeah, I think there was a train up there.
Yeah, because they had to draw straws about who had to sit next to Kichiro
Yeah, yeah, and Leo,
and Leo.
but that
Poor
didn't
Leo.
matter because apparently it was Sasuke was meant to sit next to him, but she didn't.
Yeah. It's a good opportunity for me to play my new drop. Ready?
All right, yeah,
Leo! 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 God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! God damn it!
As true today as it is when it was screamed in the first place.
yeah. Yes, yes, that was from.
Uh, one is that? Is that the one with the video game
It was a
TV
mirror.
takeover?
It
The
was
mirror one?
the mirror one,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
Because everyone kind of got taken over, and even Leo got taken
The
over.
soul stealing mirror.
Yeah. Um, she was like, pretty good at Grand Theft Auto,
That's right.
even though the screen wasn't on.
Uh, so they end up getting off this train and arriving, and there's nobody around. And I think they're supposed to be waiting for somebody to pick them up. I think it's her cousin.
Yeah, her cousin's meant to appear. Um,
Her cousin Yuki is supposed to be appearing, and then doesn't. And then a bus appears, saying that the guy's like, "Hey, if you want to go to the mountain to be a snow people, I can take you, I guess, before I get off." or while I get off, which also might have been a thing he said. He said a lot of things.
He did say that. Oh yeah. So this, yeah, definitely these episodes are very much going on the sex angle these days. He said,
Yeah,
"This is the last. Get on before I get off," type thing.
that's it.
Uh,
That was it.
more referring to, I think that was his final burst, his last bust of the day.
Sure, it was.
That's what it was referring to.
Absolutely, you're
You,
right.
you're just
Uh,
corrupted.
he definitely then didn't go on to have a conversation with two young women who did not care for his talk at all about how he's a good-looking guy.
Something like, yeah.
Ugh.
Anyway, they tell him to go, go away, never come back, and he doesn't. He's only
He
there
doesn't
for
come
that
back.
one scene. I'm
Yep,
pretty sure it was original anime. He was probably talking about there's a ghost or some shit up there.
probably. But we get that information from somewhere else.
Yes, yes, we do.
So this is when we meet the other girl,
Yeah, the younger sister.
younger, cuter sister, uh, Yuki, I believe is her name.
Yes, jealous of her older
And
sister.
yes, but her older sister is dead. According to Yuki, she died in a snowstorm.
In the lake, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, she fell into the lake during a snowstorm and is now haunting the cabin.
Yep, because she was so popular and no one came.
Yep, that's what it was. And of course, this younger sister, it basically everything she talks about is dick, essentially.
Black Dick.
Yep, she's a massive size queen, I believe is what she says.
Yes. From the word go, she's talking about that.
That's right. And then basically, like Hajime is just like, so have I ever told you how hung I am?
Yeah,
It's like, huh?
he's going for it.
Oh, it's too
Oh.
funny.
So
Really,
look,
really, really awful.
it is. It is terrible. So they were looking at the lake, saying, "Oh wow, look how blue it is. It's great. It's lovely."
Yep.
Then she comes away and, "Oh, wait until it turns red," and they're like, "What are you on about? It's blue."
This is my favorite conversation of the whole episode. It's like, it scares me sometimes. Look, I don't even like to look at it. Look at me not looking right now. I'm looking away from it.
Yeah.
That was an excellent use of the dub.
Yep. And Hajime's like, "But look, it's blue, you bitch."
Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong. But she's not wrong either.
No, no, because slowly red bubbles appear in it.
And this is where we meet the kind of the I don't know what her role is. She's like the hostess of the place they're staying or something. The older woman.
I think it's the ant. Yeah,
Is it the aunt? Yeah.
yeah.
They don't
'Cause-
care for her.
no, they don't care for her. And that's the only time she ever appears in the entire episode.
Yeah, that's right.
Weirdly enough.
Oh Jesus!
And then what's her name appears, and they go to the room, and there's we almost forgot about the whole scream as well.
Oh
The
yeah,
red lake. Ah!
that's. It's like Frau Blucher in Young Frankenstein with the every time, and the thunder is it's
Yeah.
just yeah. What is it? It's the name of the lake, the Bloodstain. It's like this is in Bloodstain Lake. sorry. Just constant screaming throughout the whole episode. It's almost on the level with like a Wilhelm scream.
Oh yeah. It is reused a lot. Ah!
Oh, it's so good. So good.
It's come from the same character, her sister.
Yes. But of course, nothing is ever quite as simple. Well, in this one instance in this show, nothing is ever quite that simple.
Yeah,
Because every other episode, it's very simple.
it's fairly simple. Yeah,
Because they aim to sort of like have a Yuki has a way to cast the spirit away, I
yes.
guess. And it's like they get, is it a bell?
No, there's a bell that happens. So basically, maybe we should catch up with it. So they go to her room, and she
Yeah.
talk about things, and the picture of Mayuki
Oh, it
uh,
starts bleeding.
starts bleeding, and they then
Yeah.
notice the lake is red. Ah!
Yeah.
Literally that bad. Literally that bad. Um, and then Sasuke's going to go use the phone because believe that they're all dead. They're all going to die or something, as always.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they get a bang on the door, and then it's this girl. She opens the door, and it's Mayuki, all cold and
Yes.
wet. And of course,
Yes.
instead of like asking what the shit is happening, they slam the door and kind of keep it shut on her. And then the ski resort goes all dark.
Yep.
Hashmi, the younger sister, runs to the back, goes, "Oh shit, I forgot about the back door," type thing.
Yep.
And Hashmi, "I'll come with you," and she's like, "No, don't bother. No, I'll come. No, it's all right."
Please let me do this.
Yeah. And then he encounters a room with a bit of newspaper and a shrine emblem on it, it seems.
Oh, this is the one with the Macy's Day 30% off sale in it.
Yeah, that was that was mentioned later. And
In the
then
dub, it's particularly funny.
yeah, but it's Kenshi. It says that because look at this paper.
Yeah.
It's got the sale on it. It's like, oh
Because it's sort of it's an obituary, right?
yeah, basically it says
Yeah.
something. But you don't find out just yet. He gets locked in
Yeah.
this room, and then the girl comes back and goes, "Quick, guys, you got to come this way, hurry!" And
Yep.
they run, and then it's the hall behind them deteriorates into darkness.
Yeah, it like crumbles into the nothingness.
Yeah, and then they get outside, and then the girl tells us about the spell, which is essentially goes, um, eat, don't eat snow, eat snow or something, but not if it's yellow.
Yeah, it's like it's really bad.
It's a terrible line, and then so they're standing around this kind of tombstone, and they
Yep.
start singing it, and then the girl, Mayuki, appears over the hill, and then Hajime
Mhm.
suddenly appears out of nowhere, even though he's technically should be swallowed into darkness.
Yep, he should be dead.
Yeah, and he goes, "No, don't do it, guys! I got this bit of paper here. Look what it says." And then that's when they come away with the sale. It's like, no, you dumbass.
Yes.
Another bit.
The other bit, and of course, step to big reveal. It turns out that Miyuki is alive, and actually Yuki's the ghost.
Yeah, he's blaming her for their death 40 years ago. Something like that.
Yep. Somehow.
Somehow, yeah, she's like,
She's
somehow,
like, what, 20 years old, but blaming her for a thing that happened 40 years ago?
yeah,
But she's her younger sister? Yeah.
yeah. It's, it's
It
like,
works real well.
yeah. Anyway, so then she goes, "All right, you found me out," and then turns into the ghost and starts blowing a gale at them, blowing
Yep.
her trying to blow her off a cliff into the lake.
Yep.
Mayuki.
She's nearly tipped into the icy waters below.
Yeah, and everyone gets covered in snow. Then Hajime is like, aha, I got this. And apparently it has like the picture of Mayuki. No,
Yeah. Isn't
no,
it the picture of Miyuki?
no. They're using the picture of Mayuki originally
That's right.
because she was like, "Well, look, I brought this."
Yep. Luckily, I brought this thing. I'm assuming, like, so here's the thing, right? And I have this question. What would it have done if they had performed a ritual on somebody that's not a ghost? What would it have mattered?
I don't know. It must have been some like entrapment spell or something. So
I
their
mean, I
switch
guess,
places, be
but
like Freaky Friday or whatever it's called. What was that movie where they
like,
switch
it's Freaky
nights?
Friday. So essentially, some sort of like Ghostbusters Freaky Friday mix up.
Yeah, yeah, where she takes over the body of the 20-year-old. I think
Yeah, the 20-year-old who 40 years ago condemned her to the waters.
something like yeah,
Yeah,
and she's saying she was super popular.
yeah, and no one came.
No one came. I was super popular. No one came.
Uh,
And that was our last words, I think. I was super
yeah,
popular.
and then they chanted her with the yellow snow chant away.
Yeah. Go.
That's
Uh, snow, snow, something, something. As long, but not yellow snow. That's all I remember. It's talking about
yeah.
not yellow
Oh,
snow.
hang on. It was go with the snow, but not the snow that is yellow.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah. Go with the snow, but not the snow that is yellow.
Oh Jesus, that's real
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. And that's the end of that episode.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Is
Yeah.
like it's oh god. How did you rate this one then?
Uh, it sounds like all of them.
I don't know, but yeah,
It's like a 4 or a 5. It has some good moments in it as it goes ah! multiple times.
yeah,
That
yeah.
that was comedy genius.
So you think that's what's your score? 4 or 5?
I'm going with 4.
4.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a 3. I agree that the funny bits were funny, but the story is incomprehensible and dull.
Wait, what? The story
Even though
isn't.
they tried to do something different and funny, they failed miserably.
I think the story in this one is more comprehensible than the other ones that we're about to go on about.
Granted, and that you may find that the score may differ in another direction because of that. Speaking of which, I suppose this is maybe one of the more comprehensible ones. Akane-san of the Broadcasting Room, Voice of the Dead, episode 18.
Yes.
This is about the school announcer who, during her last announcement, just kind of dies.
So I think she had a heart attack or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I must admit, and this was one of these occasions where I feel like they did get something right, is that the voice work on the phone, because she hears the voice just counting down, like over the speaker,
yeah.
kind of like over the dial tone type phone voice. That voice counting down was pretty creepy. It was well done. And then, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
She dies.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was like the start of the episode is essentially there's two girls doing the school radio.
School announcement. Yeah, it's the school
Yeah.
announcements.
Yeah. And they're about to wrap up for the day, going to smoke that bong and watch Pokemon.
That's
I believe
that's
was it was the final quote of the day. It was only do with
smoke a bowl, and watch some Pokemon.
Yeah.
Which sounds great, but oh man.
They also do the 90s not at that point.
Yes.
You smoke a bowl and watch some Pokemon. Not.
Uh,
Uh,
there's some pretty good references to timely things in these episodes.
yeah, yeah. Uh, and then they hear the ghostly voice,
They do.
and then they ask the question, who's going to die?
Yeah, that's right.
Is it me or her?
Inquiring minds want to know. Oh no, wait, never mind. It's her.
Yeah, yeah. And she gets choked out.
She does.
Uh,
And that's the start of the episode.
yep. And then
Um,
you meet a new female teacher who's a bit of a bitch.
she's a total horn dog, I think, is the
Oh yeah.
best way to put it.
Yep. Then
There's very little dialogue that she has that is not either innuendo or just in your face dialogue about how she's gonna fuck. That's pretty much it.
yeah, yeah. Pretty much it was horrible. It's worrying about all the teachers in that school.
Well, we've long discussed how bad that male teacher is that she speaks to quite frequently throughout this episode.
Yeah.
He does have a moment later on that I feel is his true colors revealed that we'll talk about, but certainly in this one, that female teacher is worse than him.
Yeah. Um. Alright, so I think that kind of starts off at them eating lunch. Hajimi's got some star carrot things that he didn't like, so he gave them to Sasuke
In exchange for her pants,
or something like that. I'll give you your pants later, I believe was the term.
it's weird.
Yeah. The female teacher goes out to do the announcements on the radio, and then keeps coming up with a prompt of the doors being locked, and it's like, oh shit, I can't get out of this the radio booth, and you keep going, she's going to get attacked, but then she just unlocks the door.
Yeah, it's really bad. Not foreshadowing.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and
But
then
first,
I think essentially later they approach. Oh, you get the line. The one of the quips where Hajime is just like leaning against the wall with his arms in the air, and he's going, "Oh, don't mind me. I'm just doing my anime arms up in the air pose or something like that."
and posing. He just comes into the room and goes,
Yeah, no, he's just leaning against him as Sasuke comes down the stairs or something to him.
he does that quite a few times. There's one where they run into the classroom and he stands at the door and he goes, and pose.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's a
Might be the last one actually.
something like that. Yeah, I was Anyway, so this teacher comes up and goes, "Hey Sasuke, can you do like the school announcements at the end of the thing? Because you were something in your last school, weren't you? Also,
Yeah,
I'm going to get laid by this with what's her name, the horny teacher."
yeah, yeah. This teacher, he's, yeah, she's gonna get laid by this other teacher, and I need to make this. I need to get somebody to do the announcements. You've done it before. Then she starts bartering for like better credit or something like that.
I think she was just bribing. She's like, "Oh, I'll make
Yeah,
you valedictorian."
it's like yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, and you can get maybe to
Um,
Harvard then. Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway, they go.
It's just
She takes it up and starts doing the announcements. The other
yep,
kids go out and speak to the cat. Cat comes up and goes, "Hey, you know your whoever's doing the announcements in the school is going to die," type thing. I think Leo's already announced that with the ghost.
yep.
I mean, you shouldn't do it because you're going to die.
Leo's already very confident in most cases that people are going to die as a result of ghosts. So
Yeah. So naturally they ignore them.
yep,
Never take him serious.
as you should.
Well, I don't know. A good few jokes. Anyway, so Yeah, so the cat tells him, "Oh yeah, you better hurry up and go up and try to rescue her because by the time it clocks, what, 4 or half 4 or something,
I think it's 4:30. Yeah,
she'll be dead."
good times.
Yeah. Um. So she's getting taught by the teacher, basically saying, "Are you even listening?" type stuff, and it's like you hit all to broadcast to all the school and stuff like that. Tell her how to do it.
Yeah, it's not rocket
Right.
science. For God's sake, are you even listening?
Yeah, hurry up! I need to go get laid.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean,
this is not hard, but I need to be somewhere because of something hard. Like this microphone that's crooked and to the left. It's just a very weird conversation, all told, that I could have done without, but happened.
yeah, yeah. Saski's now broadcasting to the school. Her liberal left wingism.
That's right.
What
She's
she was-
talking about the idiocy of our current president,
That was
which
yeah.
I assume at that time would have been George W. Bush, maybe.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I think it was just before Obama got in. Maybe his
Is that
last
when they
term.
started doing these? Really? So like, God, this is much later than I thought. Because
No,
like,
because like it was George W.
W,
Bush, and then it was Obama, wasn't it?
yeah, but W. Bush is 2001 to 2009.
Yeah, so it's 2006 or something.
Is
5,
it? Is it 2006? Shit.
2005, 6, something like that. Yeah,
Wow.
it's mid 2000s.
They were still talking about Creed for some reason.
Maybe earlier
Why
than
did that happen? Nobody talked about Creed in the mid 2000s.
They talked about a lot of shit.
They talk about Netflix in the last episode.
They do, but I think that was around. That was like a
Oh,
that
is it
was
DVD rental service era Netflix?
yeah. We had Love Film at that time here in the UK, which got bought
Did
by
you
Amazon.
Amazon? Yeah. Did you ever hear the story about like when Netflix obviously became the streaming empire, but before that they obviously rented DVDs, but they still wanted to do the DVD rental service.
No, what was this?
Like so rather than like going like all streaming business and like killing off their rental service wing, they they decided to rebrand uh that part of it, and I believe, and I'm just like because fact killing doesn't kill podcasts. Here we are. Um,
I mean, we're all factual in this podcast anyway. What are you on about?
they rebranded, right?
Mhm.
They, they rebranded to something called Quickster. Qwikster.
Okay.
Um, so as I understand it, like the idea was that Netflix would split its DVD plans into something called Quickster. It didn't really work for a number of reasons, I don't think, but none more so than the fact that they didn't secure the Twitter handle for Quickster.
Oh. Oh God.
And it was just this stoner guy who all of a sudden had like thousands of followers. It was just like, I don't know what the fuck any of you are talking about. I just woke up. It's like all these people talking about DVDs. It's incredible. It's properly incredible. Like I think like it's where are we? Yeah, like less than a month this lasted. That's how bad it was.
Oh Jesus.
Disappeared in less than a month. And on top of that, like had like left a noticeable decline in their stock market price at that time. That's how bad it was.
Wow. Was it So is that like the end of the DVD, or they just go back to rebrand the DVD side as
I think
Netflix?
they just branded it back to Netflix DVD and continue to do. I think they still do it in certain places in the US. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, they abandoned that name within a month.
What the hell?
It, it's
Social media is
incredible.
such a
Oh,
necessity now.
beautiful, beautiful. So
Said
yeah,
says us.
that is an aside, I guess. Where were we? Oh yeah. So she's now broadcasting to the school, and everyone out they're talking to the cat. Cat's like, she's gonna die. 4:30. Deal with it. Why don't you help us? I don't really want to, because that's his character basically. I don't really want to.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, why won't you help us? This should be better. And he's like, I guess I could kind of help you, maybe a little bit, and then like kicks a thing at Sasuke, Hajime, probably more to annoy him than actually give him the right answer.
Yeah.
But it's like a 4-note glockenspiel.
It's xylophone.
Yeah, a glockenspiel.
Uh, yeah, I'm musical talent trained. Um, just yeah, four
But
parts.
but then of course it kind of happens anywhere, and the ghost comes for Sasuke in the recording booth.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. So it's
and
before they run up to the recording booth and try to break down the door, but they can't. And the teacher comes
they
along,
can't. That's right.
and then
And
the
she's useless.
only character that sees the cat talking
Oh, that's right.
other than the main cast. It's like, oh shit, that's talking cat.
She has a proper reaction. It's
Yeah,
really good.
and she's the only character
Um,
that's seen it. You know, talking.
and it's the bit where yeah, because she's talking about how she's like, look, I've been left really disappointed with my foray with the teacher. So he's like, come on, if somebody knows how to deal with knobs, it's you. And she's like, yes, that is me.
You bang on point, kid, but shut up.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, so the ghost is now coming corporeal in the room, I suppose. Again, like a fairly decent, I think, in some respects, like quite weird and creepy.
well,
It does a good job.
they are just literally ripping off the ring again.
So I've thought more about this, and I've realized that like The Ring and The Grudge and all these things rip off like traditional Japanese ghost stories anyway. So, but you're right. Like it is just yeah, she comes out the TV.
She eventually comes out of TV, yeah. And it is made a point of like, have we done like the ring 5 times already?
Like we've done this so many times already.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think like again, like one of the things this show is sadly showing is that that animation house is definitely capable of doing scarier animation, and I don't know if it was just that the demographic for the show wasn't to make it too scary, or they just weren't allowed to go too far. But they certainly add elements, I think, that do make it quite creepy sometimes, like genuinely pretty
Yeah.
odd. And that was one of them. I think the counting in particular, and I know that's part of the dub, but even the dub I think gets that really well.
Yeah.
And of course they're desperately trying to get into the room while the ghost continues to count down the whole time, skipping the number 4 from any of her counts.
Yeah. And so the rest of the cat appears and tells them to go back to the old school. And they go, of course, the old school. We go there every episode.
It's like we're on episode 18 and you're only now just realizing this.
They're not that fully aware. Even though they do mock that this show, the episode doesn't make any sense. This episode
They
doesn't make
do.
any sense. Should have said it in
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah,
to
it's
say,
when the glockenspiel thing gets kicked off the thing. It's like, yeah, because this wasn't making any sense before, and now it's kind of maybe making a bit more sense, but I think it's too late.
gosh. Aye, and then they go back to the thing, and teacher comes in with a big mallet,
Yep.
busts the lock off the door, but Sasuke's kind of already defeated the ghost by saying four times or something like
Yep. And did you understand why?
that. Because she didn't like the number four.
Yes,
That's
but there's more. There's again, this is like why it's incomprehensible because it's not something that you would know potentially. I had to look it up,
all right.
and it's because in Japanese culture, four is unlucky
Oh,
because it's ish ni san shi. Shi is also uh, the word for four, but is also the word for death.
oh, okay.
So saying four times was the kind of defeating, but the thing that finalizes it, that's the bit the cat doesn't tell them, because the cat gives them the glockenspiel thing.
Yeah,
It's like, end the broadcast, like on every Tokyo radio show,
yeah,
because everyone knows that.
yeah.
But he's like, but I won't tell you all the answer. And it turns out the rest of the answer is to give the ghost the fear, I suppose. And then Hajime seals the deal by playing the notes to end the broadcast.
Yeah, which is just apparently just hit the bars in certain order. One,
Yep,
two, three,
reminded me
four.
of Gantz actually, a little bit.
Can't.
Yeah, just because the ball in the hotel the room would play the Tokyo radio jingle
All right.
when they would appear.
Yeah. Yep. I only know about number four because of what happened. Because the teacher picks up the book for the
Oh
show,
yeah.
and reads it out. Did you? She says, "Did you write this, Sasuke? Because you're not getting to Harvard,
No,
you do." And she's like, "No, that's my mom's." Oh yeah, that explains it. And sure makes a lesbian comment. Oh no, there's a lesbian
she
comment
does.
with Sasuke as well. Is like, why do I keep attracting all the lesbians?
Yep.
Because the ghost rates are 10 or something.
Yeah, it's just yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, so that's the end of that episode.
This is it's getting tough.
Yeah. Oh, and the
Your thoughts
teacher,
on?
I forgot to mention
Oh,
that the male teacher is rejected by her or something at the end.
she's going to get a massage with her female friend.
Yeah. Oh, God. Not
It's
again.
like cock blocked by that person. Urgh.
Yeah. Um, four. I think I'm going with four in this.
For
Yeah, because it's very symbolic. Symbolic? No, not a word.
what are you trying to say?
Uh, very symbolizes the episode.
Symbolic?
Symbolic. That's the word. Symbolic.
I think you were conflating symbiotic and
Symbiotic.
symbolic.
Maybe.
I'm going to go with a 3 on this one again. I don't even think. I think the funny bits of this weren't as funny, but the creepy bits were much better than the previous episode. And weirdly, I found this storyline more easier to understand than the previous one. Because at least it didn't require a DeLorean to make the dates work for the characters.
Oh, that one, there was the ghost was just out to get her just because she was popular, I think, and she didn't like
But
that.
weren't they sisters?
No, she lied.
But how would she not know that? That was her cousin. The other one would be her other cousin.
Well,
Why would she know?
the mother went, "Oh, I haven't seen you since the death of your mother," which was like a
Yeah, it
year
was
or
like
so
2
ago.
years ago. It was not that long ago.
That wasn't that. Well, she
None
remembered.
of it makes sense.
Most of these episodes don't make sense.
No, I mean, yeah, I mean, you're right, but
I don't know. Yeah.
I guess like just every time, every time someone was talking about a relationship between characters in that episode at the snow resort, I was angry because it made no sense. Like they made no attempt to make it make any sense either.
No. No.
Yeah.
All they want to do is put in racism and sex jokes in the show.
Yeah. Okay. Now we're on to the real, the real episode.
It's a real episode.
The Headless Horseman, Curse of Death.
Yeah. So isn't really a horseman. He's on a bike,
No, he is.
born to die or something. It's his gang.
Yeah, it says some stuff on his jacket. I can't remember what it says, but it's probably not that important.
No, it was just his biker gang, I think.
So, as an interesting aside, which makes perfect sense, really, this episode wasn't part of the original episodes,
All right.
and it was shown like months after.
Oh, okay.
So not only is there one unaired episode that we haven't seen, and I quite frankly don't care about, this episode was just kind of aired arbitrarily after the series ended. But in order, it's put as episode 19.
Okay. Well, it was this episode that they made the comment of, oh, he appeared in the pilot episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they made comment that he appeared in the pilot episode already.
Oh no, I missed that. Shit.
I don't think it was. I think the pilot episode was the one that didn't air.
Oh,
I think, wasn't it?
which is the. It was. Oh no, this was supposed to. The one that didn't air was supposed to be the third episode.
Oh, I don't remember in the pilot episode. But
After the preview at the end of the second episode, the broadcast received complaints from parents of children with cleft lip and palate disorders. That is not clear as to why that's a thing. Because of this, it was removed from future broadcasts, hasn't been included in any DVD compilations, nor has it been dubbed into any other language. As of 2020, the only thing related to this episode that is public is the original preview of the second episode. Wow.
wow, yeah, wow.
Wow.
There you go.
Now I do want to watch it.
No. Oh, we're
Right,
done.
so,
We're done with it.
We're talking about bikers. So
Yep.
the biker man without a head is chasing a guy in a car along the motorway.
Yeah, who's listening to someone on the radio, having a big argument with the other half.
Oh, that's right.
It was some weird argument, and it was on the radio. I thought they
Yeah.
were arguing with I thought he was actually on the phone. But no, at the end, it's like, this has been, what's her name? Signing off type thing. And then,
That's right.
yeah.
Shit, I forgot that.
Anyway, the biker suddenly appears behind him, and he's driving along, and he has Magneto powers, apparently. To pull off metal roof panels. or
Yeah,
something.
like are they not off the side of a truck or something like that?
They-
It's like Final Destination shit, and they get like slammed into the side of the car and tear the roof off.
Yeah, and he didn't die. He didn't lose his head.
No, he ended up going to hospital later.
Yeah. As we find out. And then it cuts to the kids in the school talking about the Headless Horseman and how they should be wearing scarves.
Because scarves are so cool. Except Hajime won't wear one.
No, because it was making him look gay.
It's
Alright.
it's the
Because his pajamas are gay.
sort of situation.
Uh, yeah. And Sasuke wasn't wearing one until I think,
Much later.
yeah, and then she's off to a hairdresser to get her hair done by
To Momoko's gay cousin's hairdresser.
yeah. She doesn't realize it's gay until
She's like, it's like, oh, he'll be interested in me. It's like, she's like, because I have a great rack and great legs and a tight butt. She's like, but do you have a penis? It's like, and wait, what? Do you have a penis? She's like, wait, what? I don't understand this.
yeah. Yeah.
Such an odd conversation.
Well, apparently all the conversations in this is quite odd.
Oh yes, that's definite.
Yeah. So before they leave, they basically say along the lines of, was it the teacher asks the male guys to, well, ask them to do something. Hey, can you can you help us do something? And Sasuke was like, don't forget about Hajime. He needs to pay back some civil
Because
time
he glued some kid's butt cheeks together.
or something like that. Yeah, I didn't hear what it was.
Yeah.
Got some punishment. All right, yeah, that's cool. And then he's like, "Oh, you rat me out." And then Momoko goes, "I'll, I'll give, I'll give you a head if you do it or something."
Yep.
And
For a Scooby snack.
for a super snack, and the
And Keiichiro's like, I don't know what that is, but I want it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then they all run away, and it's like, "Oh my god, that's bad." And then she stands at the top of
Oh,
the
sorry. Just while we're on that topic, we did forget about the bit in the previous episode where Keiichiro gets really, really upset that the teachers didn't invite Sasuke to have sex with them, even though he didn't understand what he was asking for.
what? And on
In
the
the previous
stairs.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God,
He's like,
I'll listen to it at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why not. But just to make sure, that was the thing. That did happen.
Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Right. Anyway, so Sasuke stands at the top of the stairs and sees the headless horseman drive by the top of the stairs to the school.
Yep.
I don't remember them being that high. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
None of this does.
And Monaco goes, it's not high enough to jump or something.
That's right. Sasuke walks over and she's like, it's not high enough. And she's like, oh no, I was just thinking about pushing you.
Yeah. Something like that. And they head off to Gay Town, or whatever it's called.
Or well, I'll say this in quotations. They're going to Jap Fag Town, I believe is the way it's referenced later on.
Oh, Jesus. Nothing but racism and sex jokes.
It's
all wrapped up in one.
It's yeah, they got away with something in doing this somehow.
That's because anime wasn't as popular. It was coming into its form at that point. Naruto was just coming out. Naruto
That's
has been
true.
out for a while, actually.
2003 was Naruto, because that's when I started watching it.
Yeah, no, I'm sure it came out in 2001.
I had finished the first arc in 2004.
Yeah.
Because I was getting the Bakafish dubs on torrent each week.
Yeah.
At that point.
I think that's who I watched it from, yeah.
Yeah.
Lack of fish? Might have been. Anyway, so they head off to town, meet the hairdresser,
Yeah.
who basically criticizes her look. She's like, "Oh yeah, I see exactly our issue," and then she looks at the heads and gets a bit miffed at the heads.
Yep.
And just before she about to get a haircut, she goes like, "All right," or something like that, and scares the shit out of the cousin.
She just goes, "Do it, do it,
do it."
It's like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Pretty much, pardon. And then the boys had to move some statues which had their heads cut off into the old school.
Yes, and where they then coincidentally find the heads of said statues.
Plus the head of the dot, the mannequin.
Oh, the anatomy doll.
Yeah. Who called, oh, look, there's her head. They find it as a female body.
But because the body, it's just behind them when they're like, there's all the heads. And then the body's like, excuse me. And just walks past, puts the head on backwards and fucks off.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a pretty good scene, actually.
And then you hear the bike drive along.
That's right.
Oh, by that time, Hajimi's got a scarf, so there's Kichiro. Cause,
Yeah, because they like tore something off of. They tore like a blanket off of something and turned them into makeshift scarves. Or Leo made them do it.
yeah. So, and then they head back to Leo's place.
I think so. Yeah. They're they go to Leo's place to go to the supernatural message boards online.
Yeah.
That have a URL that couldn't possibly work.
I don't mean look at that.
It was just like https:// word /word /word /word. It's like, don't think that's how that works.
That might work if it's all
I mean,
locally
if
stored
they
on
weren't
Leo's
an
computer.
they could have been in an intranet, technically.
Yeah. Could be
I don't think the implication was that, but okay.
Yeah.
I take your point.
So Leo Dad appears like the first time you meet him in the entire series, I think. Or did he make an appearance once?
I don't remember him being in it. I remember Leo's mum being in it because she's the one that does this bit.
Leo! 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 God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! God damn it!
Yeah. Oh, I can't. Maybe it is that one. I can't remember.
Is he in that one? Is he in that bit?
No.
Maybe.
No, there was another one where they go to the house and I think they meet the parents and they tell them to go away. Like one of the early episodes, like way, way, way back. Like maybe
back,
4 or
back
something.
in the before time, in the long, long ago.
Well, yeah, long ago. Anyway,
oh wait, it might be the one where he's going to get the lead in the school play.
yeah, that sounds about
This
right.
will be episode 3.
Yeah, he might have appeared there. Anyway, so he appears and goes like, "I'm a doctor."
There's some great fucking lines in this bit.
He talks about stuff and can't remember how he introduced himself, except from obviously it was his dad. I'm a doctor. We just admitted this new patient.
Yep.
Who went a bit crazy, been in a car accident, got admitted.
Yep.
Bit crazy. Screamed to the nurse saying, "It's coming from the head. He's coming from the head."
Yeah.
And
I need to hide my head.
Yeah, and he grabs a knife off the table, and
something bad happens.
Something happens, and then he curses the nurse and says, "Don't know how many times I've told the nurses just to give them plastic knives when they start screaming about heads."
Plastic knives for the crazies.
Yeah.
But it's the response to that is, "But Dad, you're an optometrist." And he's like, "I know, but I'm nosy." I really like that line. I don't know why. It's not even that funny, but it made me laugh.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then they go run off for Sasuke for some reason. I think that she's going to be the next one or something.
Yes. They realise that because they talk about hearing the bike had been going to that place I mentioned earlier in quotations that I don't really want to repeat again.
Oh, yeah, because that's what is what
That's what the hairdresser is.
Yeah, and that's what the guy in the car accident said where it was heading to.
Yep.
Even though that was like the night before.
It was, yep.
Or something.
Very slow bike.
Very slow bike, and he's been everywhere already. He's chopped a lot of heads off things.
Yep.
And yeah, so start running that way to meet up with them. and the bike appears
Cue
at
a
the
lot of scenes of Sasuke running away from bikes that aren't that bike for the
yeah,
next 5 to 10 minutes.
except from the bike that crashes into the hairdressing shop. It does appear there.
Yeah,
It's like, he's after
it's
me.
true.
And my uncle going, "What are you on about? You're crazy. He's not after you." And then they get the book, but the headless bike rider isn't there. But there's a headless horse in there,
Yep.
and they have to find a doll and water.
Momoko has a doll?
My uncle steals a doll from the shop that they're standing outside when they read the book. Because she goes,
That's right.
"Forgive me, Lord," type thing.
Yep.
And then they head down to the river. And then the headless bikeman appears at the top of the river.
Yeah.
And bumps down the stairs.
Really slowly. Like he's just stunting.
Yeah,
He's
just
kind of like, ba, ba, ba,
back wheel all the way down it. Yeah,
He's like, what's the guy's name? The Scottish cyclist, the guy who does all the stunt biking.
Danny McAllister.
Danny McCaskill. Yeah,
McCaskill,
that
yeah.
guy. Yeah, he's basically like doing that.
That's the second time we mentioned this guy in our.
Yeah, so it is.
Because I mentioned it for Golden Boys episode 5.
Yes,
Where
we did.
Lining lands
I
on
feel like we're at least going to get one reference to Danny McCaskill per anime.
our anime season. Almost.
Excellent. Well, yeah, it doesn't count for bonus episodes.
Doesn't count. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Foreshadowing.
It's better foreshadowing than this monstrosity.
Yeah, I suppose. Anyway, so they get the doll, they do their thing. What was it? Something.
Sasuke gets weirdly sexual about something about head.
Well, apparently that was the backstory for what happened to the how the headless biker became the headless biker. Apparently
He was a gay guy mooning young kids
something
in a
like that.
bus.
I thought he was off to get head, but lost his head. I think was the term.
But I think he was mooning
Million people.
things and forgot and was standing on his bike and hit a low overpass.
Something like that, yeah. Well, he was off to get ahead.
Yep.
There's a lot of head references in this episode.
There's a lot of head references, yeah.
And not in the beheading head references. Anyway. So she holds this doll up high while getting quite sexual on the whole thing. I'm sure she makes some. Yeah, there was a lot of moaning. Yep. And then the ghost uses his kinetic powers to shift some metal plates to cut off the head.
Apparently, that's its only weapon.
Yeah, apparently. And they cut off the head.
Screen turns red. But the screen turns red because it makes you think that Sasuke's taken one of the metal plates.
Yeah, but instead it's
as a big hit. Hajime has saved her.
Hajime speared her.
Yep.
Just like
and the little clown doll is decapitated.
Yes. And
I think they've won.
Yeah. Weirdly it morphs and the ghost kind of like tries to drive out the head.
But then doesn't.
Yeah, it gets trapped and then it rolls into the river.
Where it then starts to glow again.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have mentioned that their scarves got blown off at this point as well. So they were all susceptible.
Yes.
To being decapitated.
Yeah.
Because then the boomerang wind brings their scarves back. They all put their scarves back on.
And the cat appears and goes, "Ha! You think it's all over, but you've forgotten one thing. How ghosts always want to escape or something."
Which has never come up before, but yep, okay.
Yeah, and then there was the second tile plate was coming loose. Flies off by them all and into the river and splits the head open.
That's right. and then the ghost rider comes back out of the water.
Yeah, and
It doesn't attack any of them, of course, because now they're all wearing their scarves and their necks are covered up.
yep, does the whole kind of like Terminator look at them.
Yeah.
It like changes his weird point of view. It goes up, no, scarf, 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 scarf.
Scarf, yeah.
See ya, bye, and drives off into the distance.
And that's the end of the episode.
That is the end of that episode.
It
Yes.
ends on them questioning, do you mean we could have worn turtlenecks this entire time and this wouldn't have been a problem?
Yes.
The answer to which, of course, is yes.
Maybe. I don't know. It might just be scarves. Scarves might just
I don't know,
might
man.
be his magic forte in it. And I do believe they make a reference in this one as like this doesn't make any sense at all.
They're not wrong. It does not.
It's
Like, this episode makes not a lick of sense.
yeah. So it's like episode 19. One more to go. And I think there's at least been it's at least this episode and
what's
last
your-
episode does that.
What's your score?
I'm going to lower it to a 3 because, like we said, it doesn't make any sense.
I am also lowering to a 2.
It's awfully sexual for minors as well.
It was just, but it wasn't even funny jokes. The majority of the time was the thing that got me. They were just cheap shots.
I know why you're so upset with that. It's just the general aspiration of it all. They're all pretty cheap.
But that's the thing. That's the thing that gets me is I feel like, and I think we've mentioned this many a time, is that I think when it tries to be scary, it hits quite well. Like when it's really doing its best, I think it hits pretty well.
Mhm.
I also think that when they're trying to mock the show with the dubbing, there are times when they hit the mark. I think when they do hit the mark, I think they hit the mark really well.
Uh-huh. But they had like 20
then-
episodes.
They have had like 20 episodes, and on top of that, they have hit the mark very few times.
Exactly. They only work so many times. They're not the best writers,
They are not.
which is the point of it.
But
I
it's
think.
definitely starting to show the idea that I was talking about, is that this was like what if we just made this Mystery Science Theater but an anime?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's totally that.
It's very much that. It is very much that.
They're pretty much went, the script's shit, we don't really like it, it's not going to be interesting, it's not going to go anywhere, can we do this? And they're like, yeah, but you just don't change any of the original cast and keep the same plot or something, or meaning of each episode.
Well,
And
here we are,
final episode.
episode 20. Farewell, Amanajaku, the Descent of Oma.
Yep,
Oh,
this is an episode and a half.
I see. You say that. I think this is barely an episode.
What? It's got everything in it.
It has, for having so much in it, there is nothing in this.
Yeah.
Nothing.
How does it start again?
Does it not start with Amanajaku being injured badly for some reason?
No, I think it starts because it's Sasuke and Thingy's yearly memorial service for the mother, and
That's right, because Kichiro can't breathe because his dad's wearing a Sunday jumper and is choking his child to death while trying to put him in a costume.
yeah, that's about right. And
That's
then
right.
and then he goes on about how it's great that the cat is still here. Every other pet he has had, like, and his multiple pets, has died. And
Reels off a massive list of deceased animals.
yeah, and the cat's the only survivor they had. He's hardy.
Yep.
And then Jaku is kind of like warming up to them all, saying, it's not so bad type thing.
Yep.
Uh,
Uncharacteristically, very jovial with the children.
yeah, and then he walks by the mirror and you see the ghost in the mirror, his hand. Like,
That's right.
but the only time you ever see that.
Yep, it is.
Foreshadowing. And not mention
Yep.
the title of the show, the episode. It's a bit foreshadowing. Well, very well,
Yeah.
Yaku.
Yeah.
So,
It's
it then cuts to them going to school, and they're getting to the
yes.
class. And then this is where Hajime comes in and says, "Just do my pose," type thing.
That's right. It's like pose.
Pose, yeah. And
Uh,
and
because there's nobody there.
yeah, and Leo says there's like red mist at the school or something.
That's right. He said they all run to the classroom because he says that there's red mist in the classroom,
Yeah,
and then there's no red mist in the classroom. But then they realize as they run to the window, everybody from their school is following the red mist into the old schoolhouse.
yep. So they go to the old schoolhouse, and my uncle goes, "Yeah, they're calling your name, Sasuke." And there's multiple references how it's the last episode as well from the crew.
There are. In particular, just at the bit they're about to get to, because of course Keiichiro and Sasuke make it to the school and the doors close behind them, leaving Momoko, Hajime, and Leo all outside. And it's like, it's the last episode. You'd think that they'd be here to help us.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then the second sentence is, it's the last episode. Do you think that we'll die?
Yeah, something along those lines. It's like, no sequel for us.
Yeah, that's right. There are no more episodes, so no, there's no sequel.
Yeah. Where the others are trying to break in and get in, and then Leo goes, "Oh, there's a barrier in the way," but
Yep.
Hajime still tries it, and then the cat comes up and goes
Nope.
like, "What are you doing? There's a barrier in the way." And Leo goes, "I told him that already."
I told you. Stop using your weak left wrist
Yeah,
to break the door down. You'll only hurt yourself.
yeah. And there was a penis joke in that of Hajime wanking off.
Yep.
I've seen you wanking.
Yep. So anyway, they're now stuck inside, and it seems like,
Oh, is it?
of course, Amanajaku basically says all of the ghosts we've fought so far have come back.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
To which we see how many of them?
I think 4.
I saw one. So
Well, you had like the scary women one that they kind of didn't vanish, but just scared away. It kind of jumped in the
Okay.
corridor, and then
okay. Yep. Okay, that is one. You're right.
and then they had like the goat dude who was going to take Kachiro's life in that marathon, and he flew up. There.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
2.
There's a brown blob, but I don't remember that. Was that the third one?
There's basically. I don't know. Well, there's the toilet monster, which is just a set of hands.
Oh yeah,
Isn't that the monster from the toilet? Either that or it's Reed Richards. There are a couple of Fantastic Four references in this episode for some reason.
because that movie just came out.
Oh god.
Maybe. I don't know.
You're right, because the other reference is Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
Oh, this fucking show. Okay, so they're getting chased by everything, basically by the Reed Richards demonic hands that are stretching throughout the hallway trying to find them, and they hide
Yeah.
to avoid them.
Yeah, so first off, the rest of the cast get in, because,
Oh, did they get
They're-
in at that point? I thought they got in after that.
no, they get in kind of before that, because Sasuke walks in and sees class, and the class is there chopping at nothing in the kitchen,
Oh, that's right.
weirdly, and it's like, what are you doing with these
Why are
knives?
you? Why are you all here with knives, walking towards me?
Like this?
Yeah,
And then the school teacher
yeah,
grabs
that's
her
right.
from behind, and then
Yeah, that's the bit. It's like this is the true nature of that teacher is trying to strangle a young woman. That is essentially what I feel that is that the way they've written that teacher. That is like, yeah, this is what we were going for. It's like he's essentially just a murderer.
oh, I thought it was like the line once he gets out of the school and recovers at the end of the episode. But we'll get to
Oh,
that
there's
later.
that too. We can talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one later. So
Again, true character.
yeah, certainly, I think that's more closer to the case. But so Kachiro's there goes, I'm going to hit you in the nuts type thing, and then so Sasuke's good idea, and kicks one, and then
That's right.
start running away, and that's when they see the
Yep.
first ghost, the crazy old woman thing,
Yeah.
and then then they get trapped next to
That,
a bath with hands in it.
yeah, because then the toilet hands come after them.
Yeah, come out of the
Um,
water, and they start
and
running from
that's
that.
when Momoko makes her way through the vent and flashes Leo and Hajime, who have to take their time to come through up into the vent because they both have erections, essentially.
Yeah, not before that. There's a big crack that forms in the ground.
Oh yes, that's right. And this is where is this the point where this is the Netflix reference, isn't it? Because
Yeah,
this is where Amanajaku says it goes, oh, look at that, no sign of Charlton Heston. What? Nobody? Okay, and then he like makes his way into the building. He's like, "You kids, go home and go home and get Netflix and rent Earthquake."
yeah, that's it.
That's weird time reference.
Yeah, and then they climb in through the same opening,
Yep,
the vent, flash it, and then she drops down some weak ass rope to pull them up, but it didn't look like it would be able to take their weight.
yep,
Anyway, so they're in the school, and they go, and they start see Sasuke and Kichiro run away from these hands, and then they
yep.
come, and Hajime goes, "Oh, quick, come here, because there's a or what?
Is it like a fire door
Yeah,
thing?
a sliding door that we never noticed before that it can roll down.
You got like
Roller
a
door.
crank handle.
Yeah, and he
There's like a
cranks it
crank
down,
handle to,
and he goes,
but of course it plays the it plays the Jack in the Box music.
Yeah.
That's definitely not in the original episode and is definitely added for the dub.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it closes it down, and hands them get him. But then all the
And they're
other
safe
ghosts,
for
well, until all the other ghosts kind of appear in the corner, and,
yeah.
and then they hide. And then I don't even know what happens, but like the actual ghost that came back,
Oma,
Oma, not Oprah.
the big stone man thing
Yeah,
that we've never seen before,
yeah,
but is the protagonist that we've all been waiting for, apparently. The antagonist, rather, that we've all been waiting for.
possibly. I think.
I mean, maybe he's the end. Maybe he's the protagonist. I don't know. This show's weird.
Yeah. So he appears in the room, and he's about to kill them all. And then the cat appears and puts up a barrier and stops it. And then they had to get a bell and some torches or something for their
Yes, they need a
spell.
bell that is so many years old and hasn't been rang in so many years, and some torches. They need a bunch of shit, I think is what she says.
Yeah, I think so.
We need a whole bunch of shit.
So anyway, the guy appears, attacks them, cat puts up a barrier, starts fighting them, and they have a big argument because they're best of buddies, saying, "You're gone soft," type thing in that cat body, and it's like,
Yeah,
I can't escape this cat body, blah blah blah, and they start having a
but if
fight.
I could, I'd fucking kill you.
Yeah.
Because this is the Jessica Alba reference where he creates that energy field to stop them,
Oh
to
yeah.
stop them from getting hurt. It's like I learned it from Jessica Alba in that Fantastic Four movie.
I only heard the word Jessica Alba.
Yeah,
Uh,
and then the Amanajaku like rips his eye out but then he just like goes, "Oh, stupid color contacts," and then puts his eye back in, and then like just basically crushes a Manajak. He
Yeah,
punches him to death.
swipes him to the side as he
Yeah.
goes, oh,
Yep.
something like that. And then there's some comment. But then by that time, the other guys had ran up to the bell tower at the top of the school. Then see the big red pit of Ojimi coming up to them. And then, yeah, he kind of destroys the bell tower.
Yeah, he like charges right through and just takes the bell right off the end.
Yeah, and falls down. Oh, and they also magically find some torches up there.
They do. Yep.
Convenient torches. Just what we need.
Convenient torches next to the other thing they needed.
Yeah. And then they look outside school and it's all this big lava field.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's his power.
yeah. And then Sasuke kind of just looks at him and goes, what? And just like in a daze, and somehow, I mean, you thought I should be used to all this shit by now for like the last 20 episodes,
Yeah.
but
It's the
no.
last episode though.
And it's just, oh no, I'm going to get crushed. Ah! And then Manijaku basically goes, this is completely out of my character arc. Why am I caring? Oh well, I'll get paid and
He's
win
trying
an
to get
Oscar.
noticed by the Academy
Yeah,
because these emotional things, they eat them right up.
yeah. And then he comes in and attacks Ojimi, who then kind of pretty much catches him and crushes him to death.
Yep.
And then then Amanajaku comes his ghost self.
Yep.
Starts fighting him.
He's been freed.
Yeah.
Yep. And basically just takes the guy off the edge. And I didn't hear what he says because it goes completely quiet at this point. He like tackles him off the edge of the old school building down into the lava and then whispers something to him. And I listened to it like 5 or 6 times and cannot make it out what he says to him.
Yeah, I'm the same actually. I was like, what? What
Yep.
did he say there?
Not a fucking clue what he says.
Admittedly, I only
And then
did
they
it
basically
twice.
both go into the hellfire. But then of course, Big Stony Lord Oma comes back.
Yep.
And we light up the torches,
Keep the torches
trying
light.
to prepare something. All of a sudden, a bell gets thrown up because it turns out Amanajaku's not quite dead yet.
Yep. He's
Still out of character, throws the bell up to help them, and it strikes. And then I guess Sasuke like kind of condemns both of them to spiritual sleep.
yeah, well, she turns up at you and it says, like, it's not because you attacked me, it's not because you attacked my brother, not because you want to kill me because of my mom, blah, blah, but you don't hurt my cat.
Don't fuck with my cat.
Pretty much. And then,
The cat that she couldn't give a toss about.
yeah, she's very, very uncaring.
Ugh.
And, yeah, condemns them both to, like, spiritual sleep of some sort, I suppose you're right.
Yep. And then that's it.
That's it. Everything recovered. There's the 3D graphical earthquake, the only high budget thing that they use.
Yep.
Um,
Teacher comes back out of the building with a lot of kids and goes, "Did I have sex with all these kids?"
yes, yes. This is what he said.
What? What in the fuck?
Oh, it was been leading up to that shit.
Just everything that teacher is just like we've talked about him several times. I've always had the feeling he's just been a total monster, and I wasn't wrong.
Well, he technically hasn't had sex with all the kids in this episode.
No, but the fact that he thought that was the case
It is worrying. It is worrying.
is worrying.
And then
But then we kind of go to it goes to the sort of end bit where they do go to the ceremony, the kind of service for the mother,
Mhm.
Kayako, and they couldn't get like the licenses to a cool pop theme song to end it all out, so just have to listen to the shitty licensed music that they have.
Yeah,
Apparently,
that's what they're saying anyway.
and it does sort of like a Sandlot type thing of, oh, and they did this and they did that, and never really saw them much after that.
Yeah, they did that thing again, didn't they? They did that
They've
before.
done that. Yeah, they did that with Kayako's photo album. I hope they don't have the one of me in the purple suit. Oh fuck!
Yeah, and they did it with like the kids, the witches, uh,
Oh
one.
yes, yes they did.
Yeah,
The craft rip off episode. Yeah, they
yeah.
totally did do that. Yep, you're
And
right.
they said the teacher is expelled from the school. He was fondling someone.
I mean, of course,
Yeah,
it
I
was
think
bound to happen.
I think that's what. I'm pretty sure that's happened. She doesn't speak to Monaco anymore. She's graduated. Don't speak to her.
Yep, that's right.
Um,
Momoko Hajime and Leo remain friends.
Monaco has.
Uh, yeah, but not her so much. It seems.
Oh, all right.
And apparently the mother's diary, all the entries disappeared
Yeah, yeah.
because the book's now empty.
Because she used the book to capture Spirit Away Ojima. That's what she held up at the end.
Maybe. Oh yeah, Oma and Amana Jaku were cast into spiritual sleep using the book.
Yeah. Or
So,
did they? Because
or did they?
at the end of the Memorial Day, Dad goes, "Go and find your brother. You better not fall into a grave," type thing. And he's up at a tree with the cat. The cat's still alive, even though he got crushed to death.
Yep.
And he was like, "Oh no, he doesn't talk anymore."
I wanted a talking cat.
Yeah, why the talking cat? Anyway, Man Jaku appears and seems to be possessing the tree. Oh,
Yeah, he's been put. I suspect what's happened is because I think they've talked about things being put to sleep, spiritual sleep in trees before, is that he's now in spiritual sleep in that tree. But I think the flowers that are at the bottom were the mother's favorite flowers
yeah.
or something like that.
They got happy about them, that's for sure.
Yeah. And then, because in the Japanese version, apparently, is the kind of ending shot is like a Manajaku laughing and looking at them. But of course, the ending thing in this is him going, "I'd like to thank my agent and all the people that believed in me."
Yeah.
And then it fucking cuts to credits.
Yeah. Yep. And that's the credits, and that's that episode. The
And that's
final
it.
episode.
That's it.
It's a good
It's
final
done.
episode. It's a good final episode.
Give me the score then, Colin.
I think they had too much in that episode to make it any sense, so I'm going to give it a 3 for it was alright. It had some nice lines in it. But
We're gonna diverge here. I'm gonna go with a 4
oh,
because it actually wrapped up.
yeah, that's true. It literally did wrap up.
It can have 4 points for that.
It's finished. I'm done with this. Pencil, mic down, mic drop.
Right. Let's do this then. I'm gonna bring the calculator out
Mhm.
and add all these together.
Oh, it's breaking into maths here, guys.
Yeah. Thank God it's simple maths.
I think my average
But
is a 4.
you know what? I'm not even gonna use the calculator. I'm just gonna count in my head. one is that you had a total of 82. I'll get you the average in a minute, but I think you can guess where it's going.
4.
Oof. 73 was my average.
You loved this episode, this series.
Yeah.
Loved it.
82 divided by 20. Yours was an average of 4.1.
Yep. Knew it.
And mine 3.65. So let's round to 3.7.
Okay.
There's a lot of dross in there.
Holographs.
Which for those of you who are not from where we're from means crap and shit. There's a lot of shit in that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some genuine alright points. None of the episodes are great. They're all pretty meager.
Agreed. I think you're 100% right. I think there are moments where it is genuinely funny. There are moments when it is genuinely scary. There are moments when I think the writing is clever. I hesitate to say, but they are far too fleeting. Like it is so infrequent and so out of character for it to be good. Like I people talk about this as being like so good it's bad. It's so bad it's good. I disagree. I think this is so majoritively bad it's bad.
Yeah, it's not even. It's not. It's nah. The jokes in it are just not great. Maybe 10 years, 20 years ago, when it first
You
came
know
out.
what? You're probably right. It's maybe one of those things where if I had watched the dub when it had come out, I might have. Was younger, things were different, but watching it now, it just didn't feel good to laugh at a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's current climate stuff. This stuff,
But
I'm amazed that this hasn't been cancelled off of Crunchyroll.
well, so the other thing is though is that I mean like there are ways to make those jokes. I think while still being clever and still being funny,
Mm-hmm.
and I just think that the thing that has changed is that that's the way you need to be about them. It needs to be insightful or clever or just in some way understanding of what you're saying. But I feel like it was just said to be said, and unfortunately, like that's not good enough now for that to still be like it hasn't aged well. Like the dub has not aged well.
No,
Uh,
no.
even though it references Netflix at one point.
Yeah, but that's that, and they don't mention which president they think is stupid. So I kind of fallen into a couple of years back.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I mean, it is what it is. I don't think to me. It's not one of the like. There are a number of things where like that are so bad it's good. Like I get that. There are there are animes like that. Like I'm trying to think of a good example of one that I would think is like that, but
yeah. Ah,
struggling right now.
Golden
I
Boy.
think it's so bad it's better than this. Um,
It's clever and it's like comedy. And
but I think actually I suppose like I would equate some of like Trigun, which is one of my favorites. I think has some not great moments in it,
yeah,
but I think that they are often so bad that they're funny, as opposed to the way that this is. Like I think there's parts of that where I get a bit cringy because they're not that funny. It's just stupid, but I can still see the humor in it, I guess.
yeah.
But I also think that's a very different case where the rest of that show is great with really excellent character development and and a good dub actually as well. That's another thing that show has. I think the Trigun dub is pretty good.
It's alright, yeah. From what I remember. I
I've
don't remember
I've
watched.
watched it in both.
I think I have too.
Yeah,
It's, it was,
it's very rare I would do that.
yeah. It's,
But
it's, it's decent. Trigun is a good show. We have
yes,
watched.
I'm a big fan, so we probably won't watch Try.
At least to say you might be disappointed in it again.
Yeah. So with Ghost Stories finished, what we decided to do, we've already done this. We decided to do a bit of a palate cleanser, rather than jumping straight into another big show. We thought, wouldn't it be good to just talk about sort of a one-off thing, for 1 week? So we have recorded a special bonus episode,
Yes.
that will be next week's episode, and will mark the break between season 2, which we've just finished now, and we'll start up again on season 3 of Who's That Enemy, week after next, which will be the 16th. 16th? Yes, 16th.
Yeah.
So and then we will be going to do a new show. This is one that you brought to the table, Colin.
Oh yes. The Melancholy of Harry Suzunaki.
Close. The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yeah. So trope on this one is it's not considered a bad anime. Main criticism from season 2 of it. So, but don't worry, it's not 26 episodes per season. It's only 13.
14.
14.
14 episodes in season 1, 14 episodes in season 2.
Yeah. So it's
not
too bad.
Yeah. So that I think the main criticism is that when season 1 aired, it was like 3 years before season 2. And at that point they had already, like, I don't know if they'd taken feedback or like heard from people that they had found it quite difficult to follow. So instead of just showing season 2 when it came out, they seemed to like reorganize season 1 and mix it in with season 2 so that people could watch it in like a chronological order, or whatever that is. It's the what is it? It's the chronological order or the broadcast order. Those are the two different orders.
Yeah.
And I think the people are saying that the chronological order is fine, but I don't think the people who liked the first season all that much liked the fact that they did that.
Yeah. And also, I think it's also the endless 8 episodes,
Yes.
which we'll get to discuss once we get to them and watch them.
Yeah. So I think for this one, we've already talked a little bit about this, and the current thinking, this might change, but the current thinking is that we'll probably try and step up to do more episodes in a week, from 1 to 2. But on top of that, we'll also discuss fewer episodes per episode, because I feel like this one, there's going to be a lot to discuss, because what we're going to do is we're going to watch it in the broadcast order, so that we get the same confusion and fun that everyone else had when they watched it for the first time.
Yeah.
So in doing that, hopefully we'll get the most out of that from speculation and just from a discussion point of view. I think that will be fun. So that should hopefully take us to do 6 weeks of episodes on this one. We think we might have something else lined up for after that, but I think we'll do a little palate cleanser in between. I think that seems to be a nice way to do that.
Yeah, I suppose, especially these longer seasons and stuff. Yeah.
It does get a bit more difficult, and it's nice to be able to take that time to, like for this one, we're probably going to have to watch quite a bit up front to get the episodes recorded and start the discussions and things like that. So I think that there's going to be, from my perspective, there will be a lot more note taking, I think.
Yes, note taking.
Yep. That's why I've got my new pad, so
Steve's all set up.
I'm ready to go. So yeah. Should be good fun. I'd never even heard of this until you brought it to my attention, so I'm quite excited.
Oh wow. Well, yeah, no, I certainly watched most of this first season many, many years ago, so I remember bits of it. The main
Cool.
thing that I remember is while I was over on 4chan, they seem to have like the dance animation from the intro a lot.
Fair enough.
It's
I will also need to make sure that I make a new border for our videos.
oh yeah, yeah. It's
You get that on the go.
you can either single out the main character, the titular character,
Yep.
or do the whole
Get.
crew.
Oh man, I'll see how it goes. See how my artistic talents take me,
Yeah,
which is often not far. But yeah, I feel like this should be good fun. We will, like say, there'll be an episode will go up 9 o'clock on Sunday, next Sunday,
yep.
which is our bonus episode. Do we want to say what the bonus episode is?
Uh, yeah. Why not? It
Yeah.
might scare people away. It's it's a little unknown anime thing from a mobile game of all
Yep.
sorts called Vampire
It is an
Homes.
anime based on a mobile game. Yep.
Yeah,
Vampire Homes.
you know how good it is when it's based on a mobile game.
Yep. And also I have the hindsight right now to already having known we've talked about it and having watched it 2.5 times, which fortunately was easy.
Yeah,
Um,
it's not long. They're literally many 12 episodes at 3 minutes long. Well, maybe less.
yeah,
Eh,
yeah, I think it is about 12 episodes. You're right.
Yeah.
But
Anyway,
join us anyway. I think you'll enjoy. It was good fun. I think to watch something a little bit different and you know just like we say, have a little bit of a palate cleanser.
yeah,
And then we will be back. Well, for you, we won't go anywhere, but we'll be back to record episodes soon. For this for season 3 for us.
yeah,
On the melancholy. What is it? The melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
yes, that one.
No, I'm probably never gonna say it again.
Until we actually start recording. Uh,
Oh, don't make me do it.
I'm going to make you do it because I can't remember it. I just know it's called The Melancholy of Harry Suzumaki.
Ari Suzuki.
Harry Suzuki. Um, yeah, so like I say, next episode will be up here on Twitch as well, going live at 9?
9. Yeah.
9. Okay.
Yeah, the podcast and the video episode will come out at the same time. So
Yeah. So you can watch that there. Might even stick on YouTube with the rest of the stuff that we recorded at one point. Still
Yeah.
need to sort something out for that. And we'll be back with more episodes after that. And we'll be discussing that thing.
yeah, we'll see you on the 9th to talk about Vampire Homes, and then we'll be back on the 16th to talk about Ari Suzuki.
Yeah, the first couple of episodes of that.
Yep.
Other than that, not much else to say, is there? You got anything you want to plug? Like and subscribe, all that bollocks.
Yeah, I mean, it's you can find us on Facebook. We're available on Facebook. We have a Facebook group, a Facebook page rather. We post in there when we put up new episodes and bits and pieces. But feel free to join and follow for any news or anything like that. We're available in podcast form on Anchor.fm. You can find us there too. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Overcast, the whole spectrum. Colin does a stream some weeks on twitch.tv/couchfuel.
Which is
You're
what we're
currently
watching
playing
on.
through River City Girls, I think you were saying.
River City Girls, that was it. Yeah, I have touched it for a few weeks.
Yep.
And I
But
won't.
that was what you were last playing anyway, so
Yeah, I'll be back on it. Maybe a week on Monday. Not going to be on tomorrow.
but yeah, you can also find the archives of these videos and archives of Colin's other games and bits and pieces that he's played over the years.
Yep, on our the YouTube channel, Quick Show.
Yep, available there too.
Yep.
I think that's pretty much us.
Yeah, I think we sold ourselves souls enough there.
So from us and from Ghost Stories, I guess it's a bye-bye.
Goodbye, and see you next time.
Yeah. Bye, folks.
Bye.